Hey everyone, we're Tom and Bunny from TomandBunny.com, and we work for Tom's Trips, your leader in adult lifestyle travel to destinations all around the world. So if you want an adult-only, lifestyle-friendly vacation, definitely give us a call, 800-285-0853, or visit tomstrips.com. Just look at the bottom of your screen right now.
And if any of these videos help you and you'd like to see more, you can definitely find us on YouTube.
Yep, and we're on all the major podcast platforms.
Everything as Tom and Bunny.
Yep, so you can find us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, Tom and Bunny with no spaces.
Yes.
All right. So today we're going to be talking about, this is for the single men, and we hope you don't take offense. This is just, we've been seeing a lot of stuff on social media, and nobody ever really comments or puts it out there, but we do try to help people that are trying to navigate the lifestyle, and what we tell you has no bearing on you personally. It's just how we perceive things, how we take things, and how we read into things.
And also the fact that, we do actually read other posts. We speak with other couples in the same situation. So it's a little bit to help you out and make your chances a little bit better.
Yeah. So with that said, we've been seeing kind of a little bit of a trend where when the single men are pursuing, we're going to use Facebook.
Okay.
That's the easiest one.
Yes.
I mean, Instagram as well. But Facebook, I get more DMs on that one.
Yes.
When you're messaging somebody, first thing you should always do is make sure, if you're going to DM them a quality message. Don't make it a cut and paste.
No.
Or if it is a cut and paste, don't make it look like a cut and paste. Mm-hmm. One of the cut and paste I saw was, it was every single time a couple would comment on an original post that said, are you into threesomes? And all the single guys, about 80% of the comments were from single men and saying, yes, 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 yes. The original comment, or the original post was from a single male.
Uh-huh.
But one thing I noticed real quick was when couples were posting, all of a sudden I saw one profile in particular. I mean, people comment or reply to couple profiles because they're trying to make a connection. But one stood out because it was the same exact post all the way up the chain, and it basically said, with all respect given, can I be your third? And that was it. But one thing we also notice is when people are messaging and they're trying to hook up with couples, they don't include anything about themselves. They're obviously looking at a profile from a couple and they're seeing a couple's picture most of the time.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know. You tell us in your comments, if you're a single male, how many profiles that say they're a couple with no other information, no pictures, do you actually message versus a couple profile on Facebook that actually has clear face photos? Mm-hmm. But then the other thing that we notice in a trend is probably 99% of the messages we get and we see comments on from single men, and it's something that you should be aware of, is you offer no pictures. You offer nothing about yourself. Just, hey, one comment was, hey, what's it going to take for you to invite me into your lifestyle? Or how can I play with Bunny? And just totally disregarding me. And I think obviously in that scenario, but I still should be acknowledged somehow. Hey, Tom and Bunny, I was checking out your profile, but I would think that you would want to write a little, you don't have to write a book, but just a short bio of who you are, how old you are, where you're from. You don't have to list down to the city, list a nearby city or just a state. Hey, I'm from Tennessee, and I came across your profile. I'm Jake. I work for Allstate, and no, I'm just kidding. You don't have to say where you work, but a name is always good.
Yes.
Location, and a little bit about you. Do you have experience in the lifestyle? Are you new? Any number of things. Are you looking to meet people for a longevity thing? Or are you looking to just one night stands? Because there's a lot of people that want more of a monogamous, so they are looking for different things. And then there's people that are one-hit wonders like us.
Yeah, and like Tom said, the best thing is especially when you're going down the list and you're sending a cut and a paste to each different couple. Somebody like me, I'm going to go, oh, they sent the same message to everybody, so guess what? I'm just a piece.
Yes.
That's all they're looking for, is just a piece. And I understand in this lifestyle, yes, a lot of it is one-hit wonders.
Everyone's a piece. You just don't have to make them feel the meaning.
Yeah, and especially when they say, could I be your third? And you live in Arizona and I live in Tennessee.
Yeah, who's flying where?
Who's going to make that happen?
I've been getting a lot of messages from single men. Now, keep in mind, as we say, unicorns, single females, are very low in supply, very, very high in demand amongst both single men, even females, and couples.
Yes.
Where single men are very low in demand and very high on the plentiful.
Yeah. Yes.
There's
very
plentiful single men.
And in some situations,
so you got to make yourself stand out.
Well, in some situations, there's more single men than there are couples.
Yes, but you got to make yourself stand out above all. I mean, if you're in a sea of fish, you want to make your colors come out, and you want to try to reel in as much as possible. It's all a game. It's the dating game. And how you choose your wording or your opening line is how you'll be perceived the rest of the time.
Now, one thing too is I'm going to hit on the BBCs. If you are a BBC and you want to hook up with somebody, or you want to, start a conversation with somebody, the best way about it is to post a little bit about yourself and everything, and then just say, in your text or whatever, kind of just say, I'm above average, or even say how much. Don't just come off.
Don't start off the message with, "Hey, you looking for a BBC? Because I'm it." Or but we know nothing about you. Not a single picture. If you're worried about posting your picture in if you're worried about posting your picture in public, that's where you don't DM people without asking. Bunny's going to bring that up in a second. But that's where when you do ask them, hey, do you mind if I DM you? The first DM shouldn't be, hey, or what's up? Or you shouldn't act like they sought you out. You're seeking them out, hence you ask for permission to DM them. Send them a quality message about you and a picture and where you're from. Because those three things are, the first going to look at the picture. And if the picture doesn't match their desires, it's done. Then if you get past the picture stage, then they're going to read the bio, because who knows? That's the second attraction. And then the third would be, where are you from? There could be many instances. If you're in California and we're in Tennessee, chances are we're not flying to California to meet a single male, because single males are plentiful. So we don't have to travel to California. Where single men pretty much can go locally if they're really good looking and they have game. They know how to talk to people. They're confident. Then you got other people that might have to travel a little ways.
I was going to say, well, and there might be people out there that do travel. You're like, hey, I'm so-and-so, I'm from Arizona, I'd really like to meet you guys. and I travel for work and I'm in the Nashville area quite often.
Yeah.
Would it be okay if we could meet some night for drinks?
That would be
perfect.
ideal. That would be, include a picture.
And include a picture.
That would be so ideal. I mean, our pictures are public
Wonderful.
for everyone, but not everyone else's are.
No.
But as we say, most of the time people are going to approach a profile. They're going to be the one approaching the profile that has pictures versus the ones without pictures. And then if you approach a profile that has pictures, they are going to 1000% expect that you have pictures or you supply pictures without ever asking.
99% of the people are not going to meet somebody not knowing what they look like.
Now, I'll give you an example on websites like Cassidy or Swing Lifestyle or SDC.com, Swinger State Club. We shut down our profiles to single males because we typically meet when we are interested in a single male. We're not really interested. We're interested in couples first. But all of a sudden, we meet the right single male at an event, or a resort, or a party, or something, and next thing you know, our our mindset might change. For instead of going, our targeted, we're going to be couples. Now it could be couples and single men. It could be couple, single men, single female, not ruling anyone out.
No.
Our options are always open, but typically they're more open online to couples. Now,
no offense to a single male, but we got in this to enhance ourselves, and we like to play together. So therefore, we like to play as a couple.
And we both like to play.
Hence being another female being involved too.
Yeah. So I had our profiles all shut down to single men, so single men couldn't even message us. I decided a couple weeks ago, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to put mild, meaning we'll entertain it. And lo and behold, I probably got, I won't even say how many messages. I don't want anyone saying, oh, that's BS. I got a lot of messages from single men, and a lot of them, now our profile says our pictures are all open, face pictures for everyone to see. Don't make it awkward and ask or have us ask you to open your pictures. And 99%, only one single male that messaged us had included pictures. All the rest were cut off from the neck up, so all we saw was the neck down, or no pictures or anything. And they're asking us if we would be interested, and we don't even reply to those because if they didn't read our profile just far enough, and it's in the top of the profile, don't make it awkward. Open up your face pictures or include a face picture. If they can't even read that far in our mindset, they aren't the quality we're looking for.
No, and and a lot of people, they're like, well, I can't put my face pictures out there. Well, if you're sending us a private picture anyways,
or a message,
we like to know who we're communicating with, not what your member looks like.
Yeah, we could care less what your chunk looks like. Bunny is not a size queen, and honestly, that she has her criteria. Yes, it has to be a certain length or a certain girth for her to be interested. She likes circumcised, but other than that, she wants people to look good. Take pride in your appearance, and this goes for couples too.
And if you're afraid to post your face pictures out there, if it's a self-confidence thing, then definitely start going to different clubs or places where you can actually meet people, because a lot of people, if they, like with me, looks are always the first thing that you look at. But if you sit down and you have a conversation with somebody, you're like, hey, you know what? I really like this person. But
also in this, just to help everyone out, Bunny can tell the first 5 words out of your mouth if she doesn't like you or she likes you. Within the first 5 words, just because she knows exactly the type of person you are based on those the first initial.
we've been in this world a long time, and God forbid if I had to enter the dating scene again, I'd just be celibate.
And this isn't just about single men. We're trying to help single men along.
But it also goes for
because
couples
single men.
too.
Well, that's what I was going to say. We went to dinner with a couple, and this guy was treating the waitress rudely. He treated the hostess rudely. He was just not a positive person. And I know we sound negative right now because we're talking about a topic that nobody talks about. Because
no one wants to hurt anybody's feelings, but
well, not
we
just
want to
that.
help people. Though,
in our
too.
lifestyle, there's a lot of single men haters out there just because the single men have created the couples to be jaded for all of them.
Right, and then I'm going to touch on that as soon as you finish this one.
Okay, well, go ahead.
Oh, because you were saying, well, what he was saying was that guy was such an idiot at dinner that I was like,
Bunny
done.
literally turned her chair around and put her back to me and this other couple, clearly making it clear she was not interested. She was ready to get going. And so we finished everything up and we're walking out. We're walking ahead of the couple. We are... Bunny, I know she's not interested, so there's no reason to even continue the conversation. Let's go get in our car. We had another party we're going to, and we were going to invite this couple to it. And we didn't. But, yeah, he's kind of yelling across the parking lot when the next, what he wants to do the next time we meet up.
And even the wife's like, they're not interested.
She caught on really fast. But that's the common sense mindset of a guy.
Yes.
Whether he's with a girl or not.
So it goes a long way. And I completely forgot what I was going to touch on that subject. But
well, you let me finish. All right, so what's on your list?
What happens.
You were going to talk about dating.
We were actually going to also talk about DMing. Don't just randomly DM somebody. If you're on Facebook, you're in a group, and you're seeing comments coming back and forth, and you think that you'd be interested in this couple, in the topic say, hey, you know what? I think I feel the same way as you do. Could I DM you?
Right.
And if you look at most guidelines in the private groups, it says if you're DMing.
Ask before DMing.
Ask before DMing, because if you don't, it can get you banned from that group.
Right.
But the worst thing is to just open up a DM from somebody and like, hey, what are you doing? Ask permission first, and then like Tom says, come across with, hey, my name is blah, 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 I live here.
And include a picture.
And just give some information about yourself. Just don't randomly do that.
Now, we did a video about 6 years ago called Swinging with the Single Male. And we give actual examples of our first time where a single male approached us. I mean, we had single men approach us, but the first time we accepted the person. And we got a lot of compliments doing that video from single men saying thank you. We know it comes across abrupt, but sometimes tough love.
Yes.
And but we don't want to spend 10 hours telling you something that we could tell you in less than 30 minutes. But one guy approached us at Trapeze in Atlanta, and he first walks up and he goes, "Oh my God, you guys actually come here?" And we're like, "Yeah." And he says, "Well, I got to tell you." He goes, "See all these single guys in here?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he goes, "I get laid more than all of them combined." And I was like, "Well, that's kind of arrogant." And he goes, "Well, I have to thank you." And I'm like, "Thank us?" He goes, "It was your video, Swinging with the Single Male, that opened my mind up that I was the male you were talking about, how if you do this or that, people are going to shut you down." Now, not everyone's going to shut you down. I mean, you throw enough bait in the ocean, you're going to catch a fish. But he said that he treated our video like his Bible. And he goes, "You know what? I don't tell none of the guys this." And he goes, "I let them just swim out there." He goes, "Not only do I'll get laid here 2 or 3 times tonight, I got couples who will call me during the week and invite me over. And I'm like, that is so cool.
But that and he was very respectful.
He was a nice
guy. He
was
a very nice guy.
Bunny would have done him.
Oh yeah, in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat. Now the same night we were back in the playrooms and we were in the where the singles were allowed to be at, and all of a sudden and I turn around. He's like,
if you're on podcast, Bunny's elbowing me.
And this guy is like literally elbowing me, and I turn around. And he goes, "Hey."
As he's standing there naked.
What am I going to do with that? I'm like, oh, hey, sorry, not interested. And I walked away.
We're not into anonymous sex.
No, but I mean,
we are when we're drunk.
But, even if he came out with, hi, how you doing? Are you having a good night? Not just, hey.
Hey, what's up?
So you've got to be verbally, you got to be able to verbalize what you're saying.
Another email we get a lot of is, we do all of our videos. Our videos are a hobby. It gives me and Bunny a chance to talk about current things we're seeing, and hopefully our opinions of what works for us may help somebody else.
Yes.
It may not. We tell people, it's just us. And this is how we navigate the lifestyle. Go ask 5 other people and you might resonate better with someone else. But we get so many messages that gives us absolutely nothing to respond to.
Well, and we got to kind of speed this one up too a little bit.
Yeah.
One of the things too is just random junk pictures.
Yeah, don't send your
random
your rooster pics.
Yeah. Now a lot of times, if people want to see them, they're going to ask you. Don't just say, "Hey, can I DM you?" and then send them a picture.
Right.
That's going to be pretty much a shutdown right there.
With a lot of people.
Yes.
And they most likely will probably share that picture with all their friends, and especially if we get those messages with no message, just a rooster picture.
Yeah.
And we're like, what were they thinking? Did they really think that is like putting bait on a hook? And I think they casted a hook without bait.
Yeah, exactly.
Unless they're going to snag something. And we're not fishing people, so we're using a metaphor that really doesn't even apply to us.
And before we really touch on everything that's just kind of just been what we find is a major turnoff for us.
I know we bounce around, but
just being creepy. And by being creepy, what I mean is like, you come to a club where you have to go into there's a dress code, and you come in the doors dressed nicely, and then you randomly go change to a striped towel and socks and a fanny pack, and you're in the club area.
Oh God, she's specifically talking about one person.
So I mean, if you look around, everybody's dressed nicely, and you're the only one in a towel. Guess what? You do look creepy.
So here's a couple suggestions, and we probably have it in our original video. Is dress nice. Make it a point to take a shower that like 5 minutes before you leave your house, and not in the morning and you're leaving your house at 10 at night.
And buy cologne.
Buy cologne. Smell good. Make sure you're shaved, or if you have a beard, make sure you trim it. Just make sure your appearance is up, and wear nice clothes. You know how many people would come when we had a club, they would come wearing sweatpants and a t-shirt, and I would ask them, what were you thinking when you came here with that on? And they're like, well, it is a pineapple club, so I'm coming here to hook up. And I'm like, but you gotta first meet people, and I can't put it through their head. Yeah, some guys are just so good looking, sweatpants and a t-shirt is all they need. But if you're not in that league...
Well, and I'm also too going to go off with fashion statements too. Sunglasses when you're in a nightclub. All right, so
it's not cool.
Sunglasses are a fashion statement for a lot of people, but you can see they're dressed the part. They've got whatever they're wearing, and they've got like light sunglasses on, so you can still see eyes.
Dark sunglasses.
It's part of their outfit. it's the guys that come walking in with the dark sunglasses on. So then you're like, all right, so
What are you hiding?
What are you hiding? What are you looking? Yeah, just things like that.
A lot of red flags out there. Make sure you approach the couple as a couple. Don't wait till the guy walks away to the bar, to the bathroom, because it may work with some couples, and it probably does. It's an automatic no with me and Bunny.
And you know what? It works both ways. It's happened to both of us. It happened with a single guy that, yeah, we probably would have played with him had he approached us together. And it happened with a single female too. And the minute it happened, I'm like, hey, look, you know the rules.
Yeah.
I don't care if you're single female or not. You don't approach us the minute I walk away and approach Tom.
And the biggest advice is, in a majority of situations, couples are looking for other couples. For the majority are single females. If you want to hedge your bets and you want to put a bigger piece of bait on and cast it a little farther, bring a female to the game. Because me and Bunny, I want to play as much as Bunny wants to play, but I don't want to have to play with Bunny while I watch her play with some other dude when I could play with Bunny at home by myself. And if you're like, well, then she wouldn't have the dude. Well, if we have a couple, she would have the dude.
Yes.
So I hedge my bets because I would rather have a couple, and we'll entertain singles. We're getting close.
Yeah, and don't stop with the "oh, woe is me." Don't be looking for a pity.
Don't shame people.
No, don't be looking for a pity.
Right, blank.
Yes. A lot of people are like, "Oh, I'm sorry." That's what I would think. Oh, I'm sorry, you haven't had it in a year. I'm sorry.
Well,
you can move on. But yeah.
The other one is I get is I've never played with a female, or I'm new to the lifestyle and I haven't played with a female in the lifestyle. Can you teach me? No. I mean, some people love to teach, but we probably would rather have experienced people. Because teaching people sometimes is pulling teeth, and it's a lot more difficult than what you think it is.
And there are a lot of cuckold couples out there that like the shaming, but for Tom and I, we are not a cuckold couple.
We're not into the shaming thing.
And for most people aren't, and the ones that are into it, they're going to post that that's what they're looking for. But you don't want to come up to me and say, hey, you know what? I've seen Tom's pictures and I have a much bigger member than him and I can make you squirt.
Oh yeah.
And if he can't, I can. Good for you.
Yeah.
And that's going to be my, but
in other words, don't come off the gate starting with the sex part. Get to know people a little bit.
Well, that, and don't try to tell me things that you can do that my husband can't.
Because you don't know.
Because you don't know.
So, with that said, we just want to pop off this video. It is genuinely to help people. I know it sounds abrupt. Did I miss anything? Because we got less than a minute before our camera shuts off.
Well, just in the other thing is, if you're on there, honor people's profiles, or if you're in a club and somebody says no, not right now,
take no for an answer.
Walk away. It might happen later on, but let them approach you.
Yes, if they say, if you introduce yourself and they say, well, let us think about it, we'll come see you if we're interested, don't reapproach them. Yeah. Don't remind them that you're in the club. They know you're there.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so with that said, if you have any questions, definitely post a comment. We know this might trigger some. It's not our intentions to hurt anyone. But until next time,
we'll see you soon.
We'll see you soon.